We'll take a first question, front row to the left.
Hi, ladies. Lauren from the 9450. Just asking, not the outcome you wanted, of course, but what do you take away from what you saw out there? What did the team do well, and what do we need to do better to prepare for the Olympics?
I think that, what we need to do better is just continue to quickly be on the same page defensively. I think that's really it. Understanding that we just gave up 117 points is kind of crazy. And making sure our weak side is there, our help side is there, and just kind of take this one on the chin and keep moving forward, knowing that we don't want to peak too soon, and we know we can improve on a lot. And I think, I speak for Asia here. We're excited to get to London and just like really focus on this team and what our ultimate goal is.
Next question, front row all the way to the right.
Hey, Asia and Breanna. Aya Abdeen for Arizona PBS Crockett News. So I'm curious to know how Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese both handled pressure as first All-Star players tonight.
Yeah, I feel like they handled it well, just like a lot of rookies would. This is a big moment. This is All-Star break. That means that you're doing something good at the halfway mark. I think they just played their game. They were who they were. And that's all you can ask for. But it's always good when you have rookies in here to just get a taste of the All-Star game and just have fun out there. It's a good fan experience. I'm glad the fans got to see them play on the same team. I know that's a lot when they're on their separate teams. So I think they did pretty good.
Next question, fourth row all the way to the left.
Hey, ladies. Doug Farmer with AP. You both were in the same spot 3 years ago before the Tokyo Olympics, and everything seemed to be okay. And when you got there, how much is this going to help you guys pinpoint things you need to work on? I know obviously the talent level tonight is a lot better than what you're going to see over in Paris.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, obviously this is going to help us tremendously because we don't get that many game reps, game opportunities. We have a scrimmage or exhibition game against Germany in London, but so we can go back and watch the film, focus on how we can continue to be better. And it was like a little bit of deja vu feeling, honestly. But just locking in, just keeping the main thing, and making sure that, anytime you come off a loss, you grow, you improve, and you get better.
Next question, to the left, fifth row.
Cassandra Negley with Yahoo Sports. Cheryl Reeve just talked about muscle memory and how you're coming straight from your WNBA team, so you're used to what that team needs of you. Is that something that you notice in a game like this, and how do you transition through that within the game?
Yeah. We are fresh coming off of our respective teams, but at the same time, I don't know, it's just something about when you come to USAB that switch just flips, and we lock in, and so we have to adjust to different schemes, different languages, and trust the process, honestly, in our buy-in factor. And I think that we're not about to press the panic button right now because this is our first test, and I'm glad we got tested. This is something that we needed to do, the same as a couple years ago, but it is kind of difficult, but at the same time, we're pros. We're great at what we do, and we know how to adapt and adjust at any moment. So we're going to get there. But yeah, it's different. But at the same time, we're still 12 of the greatest in the world. So we're going to get the job done.
Next question, front row to your left.
Hey, ladies. Corey from the 9450. With the All-Star game being a tune-up game, and for the Olympics, how are you balancing and focusing on what's required for the upcoming Paris trip?
I've been saying it since I got here, and Phoenix has been a great host, but I can't wait to get to London,
right.
Where we can really kind of focus in, just because the other things like the commitments that you have and things that are going on during All-Star Weekend, it's hard to balance, also what we're doing and getting ready for Olympics. And now we can solely focus on Team USA, and I'm excited to do that. I'm excited to kind of just continue to grow with this team. We're in like the shifting of the guards, if you will, and now Asia and I talked about it. It's just like making sure that this is our team, and we don't let anything kind of get past us.
Next question on the right toward the back of the room.
Asia, and Breanna, you've both been part of programs in college that have helped grow the game. South Carolina, of course, with Dawn, who was on that 96 national team that won the gold in Atlanta, and Breanna, you obviously with UConn. Do you ever talk with Dawn or Gino still about helping grow the game on a global scale through Team USA?
Yeah. We have some conversations. Obviously, when she coached us last year, the biggest thing is just making sure that we put the best product out there on the court, because that's what really matters. Knowing that we're playing for something bigger than ourselves, and we're playing for something that's across our chest, and that's always huge. And I know for myself, she always makes me realize who wore the jersey before me, and putting respect to them, and knowing that every time you put that jersey on, and when you're out there and you're under those bright lights, you shine. Because that's what the world needs to see, and that's how we grow the game. Is this is great. Like we got a lot of attention, but the product on the court is what really needs to get the attention. How great we really do our job. So that's something that we're going to continue to build on. And the momentum, obviously, everyone in this room knows the momentum's at an all-time high when it comes to women's basketball, and we're going to continue to carry that torch so the next generation can shine as bright as we are.
Next question, second row here to the left.
Asia, I'm just curious, what is kind of your favorite part of All-Star Weekend here in Phoenix the last past couple of days, and just the W being under such a spotlight and everyone here in town?
Yeah, my favorite part just had to be the game. I feel like Stewart was saying, you getting pulled so many different ways throughout this weekend. It sometimes gets exhausting, but when you get to the game and you're there and you see the fans and it's like, this is what we've all been waiting for, it's a big moment. Obviously, we would love to get the win, but just to have fans come out, this might be their first time or their only time being able to see us play, and you get to see all the greats play at once. I mean, that's a blessing in itself. So my favorite part is just the game, and I'm so glad that it's over. As crazy as that sounds. But like Stewie said, I'm ready to get to London so we can just kind of think about the main thing, keep the main thing the main thing.
Next question, also to the left here in the third row.
For either of you, you talked about the changing of the guard. Did you all have a message for the team afterward? Is it something that just is unspoken, everyone just knows they have to kind of keep improving as you guys get to London, or how did you guys address the loss with the team?
Yeah, I mean, I think that everyone knows, this is not what we do with USA Basketball, and realizing the amount of pride and pressure that comes along with that. I think that, especially throughout this entire trip, Asia and I are going to continue to find our voices more in the locker room. And, like she said, it's not time to panic, but it is time to learn and grow and figure out how we can be our best together. I think that, we have a group of very unselfish players. Like, everybody wants to succeed and to win. Sometimes, too unselfish. And figuring out, all right, what are we trying to look for? How can we attack? How can we exploit teams offensively and defensively? And I'm excited for it. It's going to be a challenge, and the parity of women's basketball is continuing to grow year after year. So it's going to be a lot. It's going to be tough, but that's what you want as a player.
All right, we have 3 more questions, and we're going to wrap in the center.
Akeem with Beyond the W. This one's for both of you. Coach Reeve had mentioned something about how there was more defense in this year's All-Star game than most, and that's definitely attributable to the format being USA WNBA. Would you prefer that that you would see more of this even in years where it wasn't USA versus WNBA?
I'm confused on your question.
Do you want to have a competitive All-Star game?
Every year. Every year. Y'all want to be honest? You don't want to say it. Our mindset is different when the Olympics is going on. So yes, I feel like the defense has to be there because the parties, all the extra stuff, it's not there because we have to focus on the thing. But when it's not Olympic year, I don't want to play defense because I probably physically will be there, but.
I mean, it's a grind.
I know.
We just came off 25 games.
It's a lot.
So, especially as the schedule continues to grow, I feel like All-Star games, obviously not counting this one, get competitive in spurts. You know, when
Yes.
players are going 1v1 or whatever the case
Yes.
may be, or you're playing to a certain score, like the 4-pointers. And I think like having that makes it a little bit different and gives us a different vibe. So I don't know if that answers
What
your
is that
question,
called? The
but
Elam ending?
yes, the
Now,
Elam
if we
ending.
did that, that could be a different game. I'm not trying to give Kathy no ideas, but girl, if we did that, that may be different. But with the format right now,
All right, next, we have two
We
more
should have a
questions.
break
Next
after
question,
All-Star.
all the way to the right.
Okay, if we had a break after All-Star, 100%, we'll play defense. But just give us like an actual break. Because
Zach.
we don't.
We're getting off topic, but
All the way to the right, to the back.
Hey guys, Justin Lester, at Burn City Sports Asia. This one's for you.
Yeah.
Before the game, Aaliyah Boston said she chose to go to South Carolina because of you. So at this point in your career, how does it feel not only to see players like Aaliyah model their game after you, but also their approach after you? And if you were to give one word of advice to some younger hoopers out there, what would that be?
That's crazy. That's even a thing. That's amazing. I feel like I've had those moments with Candace a lot. So now that I'm having those moments, it's special, and it means a lot. But my one advice would just have to be bet on yourself. Bet on yourself, because the world could try to tear you down. They're gonna have everything to say about you. But if you bet on yourself, everything else, the noise is quiet out. So I feel like that's something that young people really need to hear nowadays, because they just get to see a lot of bad stuff. But when you're true to yourself and you bet on yourself, there's no one can stop you from achieving your goals.
This will be our last question, fourth row to the left.
Hey, y'all. Just a general question for the both of you. Just bounce off something that you said a little bit earlier, Stewie. Obviously, y'all have a lot of talent on Team USA. You've won all these gold medals. But when you're bringing these teams together, like what goes into establishing the hierarchy of, okay, this may go through me. As you mentioned, everybody's unselfish. Everyone can take over. But how do you kind of establish the hierarchy of the team?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fine line of playing your game, but also knowing who's, you know, to the left and right of you. And you know, we know that we have an advantage already because of our depth. So when we're on the court, we're looking for the best shot.
Yeah.
And then obviously not turning down opportunities to attack. So if that makes sense, just knowing when it's time to go, when it's time to attack, when you're in your spots, and us as teammates, putting our teammates in the best spots possible to succeed.
Asia, Breanna, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
To our media, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here.